My what if, and this what if is gonna be about what if Naruto was was basically was basically uh was basically Kurama's son. So yeah, just to let y'all know, if y'all want any more like other videos, put it in the comments down below. Like check my playlist if y'all want a Tanjiro video, put it down in the comments or something. So this what if is gonna be like a few what ifs, like that a few what ifs that other people done, like cause I know they done this before, and like one a few other people's what ifs and like a few other what ifs and stuff. So yeah. So so Naruto is born. Well, I guess I should tell y'all the backstory. My bad. Kurama. Hold on, let me see if I can get a good picture. Okay, I'm gonna break the fourth wall right here. Tell me how this is the only picture that I can get of female Kurama. Please, tell me how. You sick people. You really do this kind of stuff. You people are sick. But anyway, this is basically female Kurama. And, and I'm gonna say female Kurama can, like she just met, like, she was, like, she was with someone and but I'll say she could hide the tails and the ears. So yeah. Hold on. So yeah. And like and like and like they were they were having like a good time, they were dating, they got married and all that. And this is when like she found out that she was pregnant, Kurama. And this is when she also found out that that her husband is going to be in a war. Yes, a war. And he's like he has been in the war before, and like he has gotten a few scars from it, but like it's alright because like even though she still loves him. So yeah. Oh yeah, and I'm gonna say oh yeah, and I'm gonna say yeah. Naruto is gonna be a Naruto is gonna be a very strong, very strong uh beast, tail beast. Like he will be a part of the Nine Tails, but he will also be like a the 11 Tails, you know. So like this is when like before he goes into the war, Kurama says what she really is and stuff. He shows him the ears, the tail, and he doesn't really care because even though she looks like how she looks, he doesn't care. He still kind of like likes her, but he knows that his family won't accept her. Oh yeah, and like to lie, she just told his family that she was an orphan. Like her parents didn't want her, so yeah. But she can't hide the whiskers. The whiskers they stay. They like she says like that's just a curse that she got from like her parents or something, or whatever. Okay, back to Naruto. So this what if is gonna be like. So I think the 2, 3, or 4 what ifs I'm maybe bringing in is what if Naruto was a part? What if Naruto was a part of the Nine Tails? What if Naruto was the 11 Tails? What if Naruto was from an ancient clan? Sorry about that. And what if Naruto was also? And what if like Naruto? Hold on, let me think. Oh, and also, what if Naruto was basically? What if Naruto was also basically a was a forgotten tailed beast? So that's basically Naruto's kind of life. And also, what if he's sealed away, so that way the aging process will work out. So yeah. But only thing I gotta say is Naruto is gonna be a strong-tailed beast. That's all I gotta say. So, like the war happens, he dies. Sadly, he dies. R.I.P. my man. And Kurama is left there alone. This is when like Kurama was like in. So like I'll say like one of his family members was listening on to the conversation and saw what Kurama really was, and she told the family. Well, the person told the family, and the family told other people. So now the whole world knows what she is. They didn't know that, but they didn't know that she was pregnant though. Like that's what they didn't know. So she was like treated kind of terribly because of like basically what she is. And Naruto was born. Naruto was born, and you can see that Naruto is a. Hold on. Okay, guys, here you go. This is basically what Naruto looks like, just minus the blue. Like Naruto does not have blue. He has like Naruto. His fur is, how should I say this? His fur is black. His fur is black, and he has red eyes. And he has red eyes. Oh yeah, and at the tip of his tails, it's also red. Because I'm just gonna say, like, Kurama does have like a little bit of red, a little bit, just a little tiny bit. So yeah, like, and he also had a little bit of red. So yeah. Oh yeah, Naruto also has a human form, just to let y'all know. So Naruto is, hold on. Guys, I'm sorry if I'm pausing so much. I just really am doing something. So yeah, back to as I was saying. So Naruto is born. Kurama is kind of happy, but like, so it's been like kind of a few years. Like I would say it's been 2 years. Like those only few 2 years. And Naruto is 2. And this is when like an Uzumaki or whatever comes up, and like Naruto mom, she was kind of hunting for Naruto and herself until she met someone and got sailed away. You know what happens. She got sailed away. But before that, she like, just in case anything ever happened to her, if 2 days passed and she never she never came back home, her like where they used to live will automatically seal up. Like I would say like she knew a couple jutsus, sealing jutsus, and like so like if she didn't come back home in 2 days, her like the home that her and Naruto live in, it would automatically seal up. It stops Naruto from aging. So this has like a big effect on Naruto. So it basically stops Naruto from aging, like growing up, and stops him from growing up, and he goes to sleep. He's forever in a deep sleep, and he can't wake up. He's only in his mindscape able to talk. And this is when he meets the sage of Six Paths, saying, "Oh well, I'm basically your mom's dad, so you are kind of my grandson." Oh yeah, and just to let y'all know, Naruto's gonna find out what happened to his mom. So yeah, and when he does, you'll see what's gonna happen. So, oh yeah, and if you want to know what's going to happen to like Minito and Kushina, they're still gonna be alive. Just to let you know, they're still gonna be alive. So nothing's gonna happen to them. And the Uchiha massacre isn't gonna happen either. So yeah. And so like that's what kind of happens. This is when like Naruto, he's basic, like people didn't know of his existence until he was forgotten. And his clan, like, but his clan, they were like the clan that his father was from, like they had kids and with another special clan, and they were like, oh, this clan is basically too strong. We're gonna have to kill them. Like other countries and stuff, like countries around like half of the world, if you want to basically say that. They were like, yeah, we're gonna have to kill them. They gotta go. They can't stay here anymore. So they basically all got wiped out. Like no questions asked, just got wiped out by every single clan known to man. But anyway, uh, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not in my room right now. I'm in another room. I'm in my uncle's room, and he's in the living room doing work, and it's cold in here. So yeah, Naruto is with his he's with, so like I would say like the seal was kind of leaking, like it was getting old. So like eventually the seal just broke, and like and this is when like Obito, he does what normally happens. Well, not well. I would say no. Obito and Ren, they're still alive. They're like Obito and Ren, they're still alive. So yeah, and Obito does end up like Obito's gonna end up being Hokage one day. Just let you know because I kind of don't want no beef. I don't really want any beef right now. So yeah, not right now. So this is when Naruto wakes up from his sleep. And his first instinct, like he kind of matured, but like I'll say like since like the stealing wasn't working, he started aging a bit. So now he's 3 years old. So his first instinct was to see his mom, because like in his mindscape, Hagoromo, I think that's what the Sage of Six Packs name is. I think that's what's his name. He's been telling Naruto what's been happening, but he hasn't been telling him about his mom, even though he asks about his mom a lot, and he's basically the one that's been taking care of Naruto basically since since his mom wasn't there basically. So this is when he goes to his mom, and he sees his mom in the tailed beast form. And like she's mad, like mad, and she is also being controlled by someone. Just to let you know. Wait, then who? Wait, I gotta think about this real quick. Give me like 2 seconds. Actually, y'all, Obito is gonna go. Like he's gonna end up how he is. Obito ain't gonna become a Hokage. Because of this, I'm gonna say because like Kashi and Rin ended up together, like even though Ren liked, even though Obito liked Ren, his best friend basically stole his girl, basically. So, yeah. So, Obito is basically just making the Naruto destroy everything. And I would say, now, Minato, and Kashina, my bad, they have a kid, and they named the kid, Naruko. Yeah, they named her Naruko. They named her Naruko, and yeah. Oh yeah, and Naruto's real name really is Naruto. So yeah, just let you know that. So while the tailed beast is going off, he sees what's happening. Naruto sees what's happening, and then he sees what happened to his mom. This will basically sets Naruto off. Just to let you know, I'm doing this once, and I might just be doing it only once for this video. Let me know if y'all want this video again, like a part 2. I might just make a part 2 because I'm starting to really like it. So Naruto, like he basically skips some of the aging process, and he goes like into into kind of like adulthood. And this is what he looks like when he gets mad. He grows more tails. It's not just 11. He grows more than, I think this is 11. I think this is more than 11, but yeah. He grows more than this. So he grows the same amount as this tailed beast, just with one head. That's it, just with one head. And this is when people see this and they're like, another tailed beast? But this time, this tailed beast isn't like the other tailed beast. This one has... Hold on, give me 5 seconds. Okay, y'all, I was just counting it. He has this one I think has 17 tails. Let me know if I counted it wrong in the comments down below. So yeah. So he grows 17 tails. I think this is 17, I don't know. So he grows 17 tails. And they like start counting and they're like, what the, this thing has 17 tails. This is the 17-tailed beast. Obito knows this tail, like he's seen, like as soon as he hears this tailed beast roar, like he roars so loud that even like I forgot the girl in the moon. I'm not lying. Who got sealed in the moon. So Kaguya, it was Kaguya. I think her name was Kaguya. And like even she heard this and she felt the power and the anger that Naruto had. And like I'll say like because of this, like before like kind of like while Minato was sealing the Nine Tails and Nezuko. I mean, I think I named her Nezuko. Nahuko. I can't say her name right. I'm sorry. I'm gonna say Nezuko, cause yeah. So he hears this and this immediately like the Nine Tails, it goes back to how it was thinking originally because she kind of knows that roar from anywhere. That's her son. And like in the distance you can see this basically destroying everything. So this is when like she also roars back, but it's much louder than this one's. But like unlike this one, Hagoromo and like I think her name, I just forgot her name again. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna try to remember it. I'm gonna try to remember it while I'm doing this, but she she didn't hear it, nor did Hagoromo, because when he did it, it was way louder. But like she was even able, but like I'll say, the Nine Tails was able to do it louder, but like Hagoromo's mother wasn't able to hear it. So yeah, not this time. So this is what made like Naruto go back into like he realized that because since that was his mom like roaring back at him, basically telling him to stop. He saw his mom and ran back to her, and well, he kind of passed out. You can say he kind of passed out, and this is when but he passed out, but he was still conscious. He was conscious, and he knew what he was doing. So, oh yeah, and I'll say like doing this form takes a lot of chakra out of basically. It takes a lot of chakra out of Naruto since like he's a 3-year-old. So he goes back to being just a newborn. So yeah, he's now he is now a bit he's like Naruto also has the same birthday as Naruto. So yeah. So like so yeah. And what else was I about to say? So the Nine Tails get sealed away. Naruto's like still kind of conscious while this is happening. But he doesn't get mad, like he's calm because he knows that his mom is still kind of alive. And he's still in this kind of form, but the tails, they start disappearing. They start disappearing very slowly though. And and like and people say, oh, we just saw like the 17-tailed fox. The 17-tailed fox. And Minato was like, what? The 17-tailed fox? That's not possible. There's only 9. And he's like, yeah, well, we just saw the 17. Because I think this is the 17. I don't know. I'm not counting that again. So he's like, okay. And this is when and I'll say half of the 9 tails, they sealed some of the chakra. They sealed the chakra in Nezuko. Then the chakra in her and the soul of the 9 tails was still in Kushina. So yeah. Her soul was still in there. And now Naruto was he was hold on, cause it's really cold in here and I'm gonna get out and I don't want you guys to hear all the noise my family is making. Okay guys, I'm back and I'm now in my room under the covers because in my uncle's room it was cold. Really cold. And so if you hear me moving around, just know that here's the warning that I usually give. Just know that I'm in my bed and next to a window, like I usually say it. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So yeah, and they see his 17-tailed form, but then he reverts back to the image I showed y'all earlier. So if y'all would just want to go, so just go back in the video and go check it out, because I don't really feel like showing it again. I just got comfortable, really comfortable, and all. So yeah. So they see Naruto will revert back to basically a baby, but he's not. But it's gonna take Naruto kind of a longer time for him to age than a normal human. It's gonna be faster, but it's also gonna be longer at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Even though he's one, let's say not Nezuko, Nezuko is Naruto. Naruto is one. Naruto would still kind of be he would be an hour he would be an hour later than her. An hour later than her. So yeah. So Naruto. So Minato and Kushina see this form and they're they don't know what to do. So then they see that this baby fox just revert back to a 9-tailed fox, back into its black form. It's just a black fox. Oh yeah, and Naruto, he can be sealed away. Hold on, give me 2 seconds. Okay, I'm back. So So Naruto is with so this is when like the Nine-Tailed soul starts to speak to Kushina. Or I'm sorry, I can't really say like names right. Sorry about that. So he speaks to Kushina, and when he does, so like, and the Nine-Tailed says that's her son, and Kushina's surprised because she didn't know the Nine-Tailed had a son. Like, she didn't know the Nine-Tailed had a family. She then says, "What are you going to name it?" About she then says, like the Naruto says Naruto. His name is Naruto, but he shouldn't still. But I guess. But he. She says the ceiling. She says that like the Naruto says that he shouldn't still be He shouldn't still be like a baby. He shouldn't be this young. He should be an adult by now. And she's like, "What do you mean?" Well, I guess before I was found and sealed away, someone, like, if 2 days passed, then the place where me and him lived will automatically seal up. And she tells her this, and she tells Minato this, and she doesn't want to pit Naruto in some child because like he's a child as well, and like they don't know if this Naruto beast is stronger than her, is stronger than like the Nine Tails itself, and this is when like the Nine Tails says itself, "Oh, he's definitely stronger than me. He's very very strong," and they're like, "Okay." So without knowing what to do, Naruto. So they just, so they say, so like no. So since he's basically a baby fox thing now, he, without knowing it, he goes into like a human type of form, and they're like, "What? He has a human form?" And they're like, "Yeah, I just did this." They're like, "Wait, you did this, even though you're sealed away?" He says, "See, this is when the Naruto says, yeah, even though I'm sealed away, I can still do jutsus. I can kind of still do jutsus for like my kid." And they're like, "Good, because this helps a lot more than anything really." So this is when they then ask. This is when the Nine Tails ask, what are y'all going to do with my son?" They said, "We're going to raise him, since you're stuck in our child. Since like you're stuck in my wife." Minato says, "Oh, we're going to raise him. Like, since you're stuck in my wife and child, we're going to raise him." This is when the Nine Tails says, "I'd rather do that by myself, thank you." And they're like, Minato just says, "Oh, come on. Everyone needs a little help sometimes." And the Nine Tails isn't really happy about this, but they're like, fine. So, what else? Naruto then tells, Nahu, like, now, I'll say, like, the Asian kind of got to Naruto, like, a bit more than they expected to. So, Naruto is now a year younger than Naruto. I mean, she is now Naruto is now 1 year old. Is now 1 years old, while Naruto is still like kind of six 6 months, I guess. Naruto is 6 months, you can say. But they're like still kind of twins. Like if you look at them, like if now Naruto didn't have long hair, you couldn't tell the difference between her and her brother. But they're not really siblings, they're not blood related. So yeah. Best thing, right? So now Naruto is like, they basically tell the village about like Minato tells basically the whole village about basically what happened. So yeah, they tell the village, and they're like, so what does this mean for Hokage? They're like, well, Nezuko is basically your hero for holding the nine tails, for holding the dangerous nine tails that can destroy this whole village. So they like kind of believe the fourth Hokage, saying, oh, like, oh, she's a hero, and like, well, yeah, you know. And then they ask about and one of them speaks up, asking about his other child. And Naruto doesn't really know what to say. So he's like, not Naruto, Minato doesn't know what to say. So he says, he is holding the soul of the Kyuubi. You know, like holding the soul of the Kyuubi. They're like, yeah, his soul and the Kyuubi soul fused together, and like the soul is keeping, like, he's making sure that the nine tails doesn't have its soul, so it can like one day take over Nezuko's body and destroy the whole village. And they're like, oh, that makes sense. They're like, yeah, that makes sense. This is why you're the fourth Hokage. They're like, so they're basically both heroes. They're like, yeah, they are. So people like but like, so they're like, people say they're basically both heroes, but Minato said, like, he lied, saying, well, like, sorry about that, saying like the nine tails and my son's soul both fused together. So like, they saying that kind of makes sense, but doesn't that now makes him the nine tails? Sorry about that. They're like, so doesn't that kind of make, they're like thinking, so doesn't that kind of make him the nine tails now? So Naruto, like, he gets bullied a lot, and like, people do kind of talk about him and Nezuko for basically having the Kyuubi soul. Sorry about that. For like kind of having the Kyuubi's chakra and soul. But of course, Naruto doesn't really have its soul. It kind of has it kind of is its own, like, beast. He's his own beast. He doesn't really have anything of the nine tails other than the nine tails blood running inside of him. So yeah, Naruto is working, well, like, I'll say, like, Naruto and Naruto, they're training. They're training, and this is when, like, Naruto, he grows, like he grows an ear and like a tail. He grows ears and like a tail, so yeah. So I guess like people are like, oh, I guess that's kind of like the so people are like they're saying I guess that's the effects of what happens when like your soul and like Kyuubi's soul fuse together. So yeah. So this is when like so like Naruto and Minato they tell they tell Naruto and Naruto to like train together to like fight. And like Naruto, he's like basically whining saying he doesn't want to fight his sister and all that stuff. So like yeah. But like Minato is trying to like convince him saying, don't you want to get stronger and all that stuff. And he's like, well, yeah, but I don't want to fight my sister to become stronger. And like Minato, he's like, well, you're gonna have to if you want to become stronger. Sorry about that. And sorry. So Naruto is like he's basically training with his sister. This is when like the Nine Tails end up like the Nine Tails chakra ends up getting out. Sorry about that, guys. Someone was coming in my room. So yeah, Naruto is with his is like the Nine Tails chakra gets out of gets like gets kind of out, and like now he's like kind of using this to fight Naruto because Naruto he was kind of getting the upper hands on like on his sister, kind of. So yeah. So yeah. And well, Naruto uh that's when he awakens this type of Sharingan. And he can turn it off and on when he wants to. He awakens this Sharingan, and well, y'all already know what this type of Sharingan does, I think. Because I don't really know what this... Actually, he awakens this Sharingan. This is the Sharingan he awakens. And this one basically kind of allows him to... It basically allows him to go, like, to move very fastly. And also, it allows him to move really fast. And also allows him to, like, basically, like... Let's say, like, you were fighting, like, this type of Naruto. He can move to, like, any direction he wants in fast speed. Like, more faster than... Like, way more faster than Minato. Like, that's how fast he's gonna move. And, well, yeah. He moves fast enough that, well... That no one saw him move. Like, no one really saw him move. And I would say, like, a whole crowd of people was watching them fight, so yeah. Oh yeah, and this also allows you to like it summons like basically weapons like no like it kind of make no like actually it just like makes you go faster. That's it. It just makes you go faster. That's it. But it has a big effect on you. Like it like to everyone else it looks like you're going fast, but in your eyes you're going very slow and you're thinking you're going to lose, but you're actually going really fast. That no one is able to like track your moves. So yeah. Sorry about that. So yeah. Naruto awakens this and he moves to punch Naruto, but Naruto blocks and punches Naruto hardly, like really hard. And like this kind of hurts Naruto a lot, that he passes out. Sorry about that. That he kind of like passes out. So yeah. And like people are wondering, oh, what type of Sharingan was that? Like, what type of Sharingans are these two things right here? So yeah. People are like, what the frick? Like, if like some Uchihas, they were watching this and like they're like, what type of Sharingans were those? Like, we don't even have those Sharingans. So yeah. So like basically yeah. And like I'll say like a few years pass. They're 8, like they're both 8 now, and like they're in the academy. And just to let y'all know, not Sasuke is a girl in this one. So yeah, Sasuke is a girl in this one. And like she kind of likes Naruto, like not because he's strong, but also because of like his Sharingans. Like she wanna know how, like, what those are and how to get it. Oh yeah, and also while this was happening, Naruto was put in the CRA. Like like Minato and Kushina, they were like trying to like stop this, but they were like, oh, we have to do this, like, because if we don't, then like who's gonna get this power? Because if it's just him and his kid and his future kid, like, they're gonna have to start we're gonna have to start a clan for these guys. So yeah. Oh yeah, and Naruto will be betrayed in this one, like, but give it a few years. Give it a few years. Naruto is gonna have a few friends, but the only friends that won't betray him, as I'll tell you later on in the video. So yeah, sorry about that. My voice kind of ended up changing for a little bit. So yeah, and Naruto, he like he's in the academy, and like their sensei is Rin. And they kind of say like to do the bell test. And like Naruto, he's kind of like Naruto and his sister. They're like kind of prodigies. Like when they're together, when they're together, they're really like when they're together they're smart, but like when they're apart, they're 10 times smarter than they already were. And also when they're together, like they're 10 times smarter than they already were when they're together. But when they're apart, they're also 10 times smarter than that. So yeah. And this is where I'm kind of going to end off the video, you guys, because until I think of what more to do, until then, I'll see you guys next time, and goodbye.